What's up, guys and gals of Cartoon Universe? DEEPCUT here with another San Diego Comic-Con update for you, this time for the Dragon Prince. Hailey will be covering Comic-Con all weekend, and some things won't make it into a video, so if you like Steven Universe, The Dragon Prince, Infinity Train, Miraculous Ladybug, She-Ra, or any of the other cartoons out there, make sure you follow her on Twitter. Please keep in mind that all of this information is secondhand and stuff that I am extrapolating from Hailey's tweets, so I am bound to get some things wrong, but let's dive into it. The Dragon Prince panel opened with the promise that the information they are sharing makes them worried. There is some info they think may be too soon to reveal, but they're going for it, and that is pretty exciting. The panel began with the creators revealing the timeline for the saga. We already expected that the show was going to be broken into 7 arcs, one for each type of magic, but those 7 arcs are divided into 3 different segments here. Our current story, known simply as The Dragon Prince, is broken into only 3 seasons. We already have Season 1, which is Moon, and Season 2, which is Sky. It looks like Season 3 will be Sun, but that is where the current story seems to end, which is a little worrisome. Now, it's hard to say exactly what this means, but if it's anything like Avatar, then we could expect them to wrap up this main storyline and then jump around in time for other storylines. That would mean that we will wrap up all of our current plots in only 9 more episodes, which is a bit off to me as it feels like the show is just getting started. 9 episodes doesn't feel like enough time to wrap things up. What's interesting is that we can see that the second and third saga are only 2 seasons each. The second saga is listed to have the Dragon Prince in the title, but that its subtitle is currently withheld. The third and final saga doesn't appear to have the Dragon Prince in the title as well, and the entire thing is being withheld. If the show does continue to follow these characters, I like to think that the final arc would be called The Dragon King, but that is yet to be seen. After that, the creators began to reveal their timeline for what is happening in the world. As you can see, the important parts of the world's history begins about 5,000 years ago in the era of the first elves. 2,000 years ago, we see the rise of Illyria. Virtually nothing is known about Illyrian right now. Most of the references to Illyrian are in the form of poems, and there is speculation that Illyrian isn't even a person, but possibly a city or country with immense influence in its time. However, all of the other eras seem to be in reference to dragon names, so it is possible that Illyrian is a dragon. At 1,200 years ago, we see it as the era of Sol Regem, the sun dragon who presumably presided over the sentient beings similar to how the thunder dragon did until his death. 1,000 years ago, we see the division of Zygaenidae and magical wars, likely brought on by elf and human conflict with one another. Then we see the era of Luna, presumably the moon dragon, suggesting that the duty of watching over sentient beings passes from one species of dragon to another with each death. This is further confirmed when 300 years ago becomes the era of the Thunder Dragon, the father of the Dragon Prince. It also mentions a fallen star and an orphan queen, but more on that later. Finally, we get to the modern era, which is marked by the return of Erebos, the creepy elf mage in the mirror, which shows us that whatever his plans are, they will have a significant impact on the future of this world. What happened next is really interesting. The creators presented a new slide that showed the words, "The Dragon Prince, the Orphan Queen," with a picture of a new character. It seems to me that this is a title, possibly of a new show. The fact that it includes the title The Dragon Prince tells me that it may be the second arc that we were talking about earlier. However, the Orphan Queen was referenced in the timeline from being 300 years ago. So why is it called The Dragon Prince if it's about the Orphan Queen, when the third saga isn't going to include the Dragon Prince in the title at all? Including the Dragon Prince in the title suggests that it will have something to do with these characters. Or maybe the Orphan Queen is somehow related to the Thunder Dragon. We will see. After that, we do see a few other slides that show us an explorer who traveled the world with an elf professor. After which, the creators announce that they are partnering with Scholastic for some new books, one of which will be a guide to detailing different species of elves and dragons, possibly to be written as if by this explorer. Is it possible that this new character, the Orphan Queen, is just going to be a character in these books as well? Will she get her own book? Or will they have significance in the actual show? According to Hailey, the announcement of the Orphan Queen did not seem to have anything to do with the Scholastic announcement made after, but it's hard to pin down exactly what was being said. I do only have secondhand information. information here. Another interesting note is that the creators apparently revealed that the Orphan Queen is Ezran's ancestor. The last big event for this panel was that they revealed a pretty interesting clip of something that happened in the past. It opens the same way Season 1 opens, with the Dragon of the Sun flying through the world and reaching the Dark Mage. Those scenes are now shown in a new context with the gaps filled in. The Sun Dragon has come to demand that the Mage give up his magic staff, as he has been using dark magic. The Sun Dragon threatens to destroy an entire city of humans if the Mage does not comply. In response, the Dark Mage uses dark magic to charge up a fireball at the dragon. The dragon uses his fire breath to fight back, and ultimately both of them die, with the Sun Dragon falling into the ocean. This was pretty epic, but you don't normally show the climax of a situation as a tease at a convention. If this happens in Season 3, we should expect a lot more involving these two characters across the story. After that, there was a Q&A, but it was very mild in my opinion, with most people asking if we were going to get the next logical steps in the story, and the writers confirming that we would. Don't worry though, Hailey is getting a personal interview with the creators of the Dragon Prince and should be posting that video sometime very soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. Now that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow Hailey on Twitter for more Comic-Con updates, and I'll see you next time.